Greetings again, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Living on Music. I'm Steve Houck, and if you can see behind me, this is the small stage at the beautiful 868 Estate Vineyards in Purcellville, Virginia, up towards Harper's Ferry. It is the site, again, for the NOVAFEST to benefit Cancer Can Rock, which is the phenomenal organization founded by my guest, for the fourth time on Living on Music, Jim Ebert, who, again, founded Cancer Can Rock. He's a multi-platinum record producer and himself a cancer survivor, which was a major impetus in him founding Cancer Can Rock, so he could take some of what he did and what he loved and enjoyed and help people in need by helping them, again, musicians who have aggressive cancer, and being able to get them to come in, record a song in the studio. They videotape it in a beautiful video, and it's something for eternity for the family and also for the artist. And on Living on Music, we've had Jim on now. This will be the fourth time. He has been on 3 previous times with guests that have been part of his Cancer Can Rock family that have had cancer or continue to, and have come in and recorded music. And tonight is no exception. Baze and Jason Bullier are 2 incredible musicians. Christine has been doing it for decades, and Jason has become a singer-songwriter over the last few years. I was stationed outside, living outside of Worcester, Mass. These 2 both did Cancer Can Rock songs on the Cancer Can Rock program, their thing that they do, and basically blew people away with their music. And they are going to be doing those songs acoustic for us today on Living on Music, and I cannot wait. Also, we're going to be talking about the NOVAFEST on May 15th at right here, 868. Estate Vineyards, and that's where I will be emceeing this event. It's going to be an incredible event. Some of the best musicians around, and who knew that the Greek and the Freak, my duo with my partner Suzanne Sakumas, is going to be opening up the event at 11:30 a.m. With a short set to kick things off. And I mean, it's enough of an honor to be emceeing that show, let alone be able to go up and do some wonderful covers of some classic stuff, and really can't wait to play at that vineyard and also MC this incredible event. And we'll tell you how to become a part of this, not only to go to the event, but also donate to cancercanrock.org, because what you donate, a lot of that goes to helping out these videos and these recording sessions, because they get professional musicians to come in and back the Cancer Can Rock folks, and it is an amazing experience. But enough of that. We will go to the reality of it all right now. Ladies and gentlemen, for his 4th appearance on Living on Music, please welcome Cancer Can Rock founder, Jim Ebert. Jim Ebert, it is once again a reunion of sorts to see you, man. How are you?
Well, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, come on. So excited. Your 4th appearance on Living on Music. It's just incredible. It really? It's like Saturday Night Live, Steve Martin on Saturday Night Live hosting, 12 times. But again, I am always incredibly excited to see you and have this experience with you. We've got a couple of wonderful people that you have had on your CCR family, Christine Baze and Jason Bullier. Bolyer. That's the way we pronounce it. Bolyer. I asked him. Remember we talked about pronunciation?
See what I learned today? Jason, I mispronounced this the whole time we're working together.
Well, I wanted to ask him immediately, and it's Bullier. And we've got these 2 amazing people to play some music. But look, how's Jim Ebert been doing? You and I have talked during the pandemic a lot. We've talked, we've even done at least 1, if not 2 shows, probably 1. Yeah, all shows during the pandemic. How are you doing kind of in the head and et cetera?
Doing great. Doing great. Working the amount that I would like to work, working a lot with the foundation. Foundation's been busy. Great. Great. I'm grateful. Gina and I live in Leesburg now, and we love it out here. And
Great.
We've been here 2.5 years. So I could complain, but it wouldn't do any good. And I don't have that much to complain about. So
No, it sounds fabulous. That sounds wonderful. And you've been, Ebert Audio is still churning along.
Well, plugging away. I just finished a project for a group called Decibel and the Boom from New Jersey.
Oh,
And it's very good stuff. Very album rock is what I call it. So I'm doing that, doing some indie rock with this young man named Cam Mona next week. Did a Cancer Can Rock session yesterday with a guy named Jim Little. So,
right.
Fortunate.
Oh, I'm so glad. Living on Music is still churning along after 2 years. So that's been exciting. I did record my show, and I was telling Christine and Jason with Todd Jones, who I mentioned to you is my longtime friend, incredible musical guy, producer and composer, who's been dealing with cancer for 3 years and is going to be losing his arm at the end of the month. And, he is holding steady, being strong. And I mentioned Cancer Can Rock on my show with him that airs 2 weeks from now, and said he could be this kind of pseudo honorary member from afar because
where is he at?
He's up in Jersey.
We'll fly him
in Egg County. And
if he wants to be in it, we'll fly him in. We'll do it all the time.
I appreciate that so much. He is going to continue to be a music teacher, and as he goes, but he's going through this too. And again, it's another gem of what you're doing is what we're talking about today. Let's talk a little bit about May 15th. And how exciting is that going to be? The word is out. The people are flocking in. I see the responses. It looks great. We'll get them all in there. It's going to be nonstop promotion. It's the Nova Music Fest to benefit Cancer Can Rock on May 15th at 868 Estate Vineyards in Purcellville, which
You got it.
I emceed about a year ago, I believe, when a monsoon hit us at the beginning of the show.
Correct.
But hey, rain went away and it was still amazing. This is going to be incredible. What an amazing group of people. And, to be able to not only MC, but thank you, Jim, for asking the Greek and the Freak, myself and Suzanne, my partner, to open up with our morning set, short set. That is such an honor to MC, let alone play some music. And I can't wait to do that. Tell me a little bit about, again, and we've talked about this, Jim, these events. How do these events help Cancer Can Rock at their core?
Well, I mean, we are a pretty direct foundation in the sense that there's no CEO, CFO making $1 million. We're pretty direct. Money pretty much goes back into recording these artists. They cost money to make. I can't ask everyone to work for free for all the time.
Sure.
So they take money. It takes up around $6,000 to $7,000 an artist by the time you average it out and fly them in from wherever. And studio musicians for a day, engineer for a day, studio for a day, producer for a day. All of it adds up. Hotel, car rental, whatever it may be. So with all these fundraisers, it's like the Facebook world. I actually saw a statement that I've raised over $30,000 in Facebook over the past 8 years. You know what I mean? Birthdays, people coming in and giving their birthday to Cancer Can Rock. It's pretty amazing. We've started to reach out. And answer your question. These events, they will fund an artist. So we're really hoping we got a good turnout at 868. Last year, like you said, the weather got us a little bit. But I think with the lineup we have, I can't see it not being crazy busy.
I know it is. And again, the rain did, cause people to run inside, but boy, they came flocking out once it stopped. And it was, look at the lineup, everybody, as you've seen on the posters and online and on the invites and everywhere else. After our little short set of our Greek and the Freak duo, which again started in the pandemic and wasn't expected to go. And now we've got a gig at Arlington at the McNamara's. We're playing the Watergate Landmark series. We're playing your amazing event. Enough about me, but exciting. And can't wait to keep going. Juliette Lloyd, amazing. Gary Smallwood, who was at the last one that I emceed. I love Gary. He's a future guest on Living on Music. Eric Scott, can't really say enough about him, as you know him well from producing. If he plays the Castle song that I can't get off my head from the last record you produced, but anyway, you got 19th Street Band, Chris Timbers, Tommy Gunn, Kim Pittenger, and Jason Massey to close. Wow. These people too, Jim, as you can see all over social media and stuff, they really adore the ability to be able to help you and play at these events.
Well, I'd like to think that, and I think they do. I take pride in the shows that we put together, always have. So, I mean, that sounds obvious, but no, I mean, a lot of people book shows and they're like, well, whatever draws. People come out to this, they're going to have a great musical time.
Yeah.
You know, you can sit out in the sun, bring your dog. Hopefully it's a nice day, drink some wine, listen to some incredible music that typically you would pay $20 to see any of these people.
Yeah.
So just, I can't see a lose situation, but I'm hoping to see a lot of friends out there and a lot of new friends and have a great time. Great day.
So when I just posted my thing yesterday that you shared, which I appreciated that. And it also got a number of comments of people that I know that said, we're coming. So
good.
It's just going to keep getting pushed. And I honestly can't wait. And if you look behind me, everybody, this is the stage at 868 Vineyards. I'm sitting right in the yard. It's a little rainy. No,
you got an early start. You got an early start.
But yeah, I'm going to wait till May 15th and then, here we go. But anyway, the best place to get tickets again is it at cancercanrock.org or is there a quicker?
Right now it's at 868 Estate Vineyard Winery is the best place to get it.
Okay.
I will work on it and next week and you will be able to get it at cancercanrock.org.
All right. If anybody really sees the beauty of this place too. I mean, when you're sitting there in the yard watching the stage and you've got the beautiful mountains and the forests behind you and you're sipping wine with your friends, the music is an incredible addition.
We joined 2 years ago before COVID hit. We just loved it there. You know, we just like, okay, this is beautiful. We'll join. Yeah,
it is a spectacular place. So everybody, we'll be plugging it virtually every day until May 15th. And Jim again, and the show is going to air at the end of April, and we'll be able to really pump it up. We have a couple of people who are now part of the Cancer Can Rock family.
They are
Christine Baze and Jason Bolyer. An amazing couple of people. Christine's going to be our first guest. Before we introduce her, Jim, give us a little bit of a background or whatever you can on Christine.
Well, my memory sucks, Steve. You should know that. I had brain radiation. Come on, man.
Right. Well, you don't have to go deep. Just maybe one thing.
Okay. No, I won't go deep, but I remember when she came in.
Yeah.
I'm always concerned about the playing level. And when she started playing piano just to the track, and it was like, wow. You know what I mean? Just right on. I don't think it took her more than 1 or 2 takes.
Right.
Just play the song and sing it. And it's just beautiful. Beautiful. It's one of those songs also that both of these songs that they're going to play, the hooks in both of these songs, I clearly remember.
That's fantastic. We're gonna be posting the songs that they did with you in the studio over the next couple of weeks as we lead up. I'll be doing some kind of promotional posting. But hey, why don't we welcome to Living on Music right now? Please welcome Christine Baze.
Great.
Christine Baze, welcome to Living on Music.
You're right on. Thanks for having me, Steve. I appreciate it.
Well, Christine, look, when Jim first gave me your name and I started delving into your world, I'm telling you, you're one incredible woman. I will say that with no holds barred. You not only now, it seems you're still a private practice therapist. Is that still going at Baze?
I am. I'm private practice, and I also work at Mass General Brigham, primarily with adolescents. And I love my gig as a therapist. I'm
right.
very grateful for it.
Right, and an outpatient therapist at North Shore Medical Center, and you continue to do things like that. We'll talk about your musical life in a second. You, 31 years old, unexpectedly diagnosed with cervical cancer, and it's now been, as you just said, a couple of decades plus of being through it, and also another bout with it. How are you doing?
So I'm approaching 22 years at the end of April for the cervical. And then 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with a new primary in breast cancer. So I'm a two-timer, man, and cancer ain't got nothing on me, and I feel like the strength that you find in yourself when it comes up and looks you in the face and you're like, yeah, get on your way. And music has definitely been part of like finding my strength and power and my voice back through the ebbs and flows of cancer diagnoses and treatment and what that brings to you. So again, it's been a lifesaver. Even though it's been with me my whole life, it has not, when you're in a thing, it's wild, the relationship, at least for me in my cancer journey, how music it has been in and out, and at the end of the day has been my life raft.
Oh, that's amazing. And it also speaks to volumes to the man with us right now, Jim Ebert, who, is able to bring people going through this to give them what's in their heart and soul. And that certainly has been what you have done. And you have been in music, Christine, for many, many years. You had a couple records, at least two, if not more, right?
Yeah.
Something new, Ever-Changing Colors, some other things like that. I love the Facebook thing on your page. It says, has an energy and light that is unmistakable. Pulls you into a colorful, emotional journey. So is that still an accurate representation of Christine Baze? Jim? Jim, yes. What do you think?
Yes.
I try, and it's again, I used to joke that I'm glowing from the radiation, it's like from here, everywhere, from my red hair, and it's like the energy that you bring to the room, is like what you choose to be in this world. And it's like when you go through dark things, if you consume the dark, then that's just no way to be. And I think, Jim has captured something in allowing people who've been in the trenches to reconnect with their voice and their songs and their music and have an experience that reminds them that music exists with or without this big C word.
It does. It's the salve that is so evident, not only with Jim and that organization, but even the last 2 years has saved musicians. Even though they've been stifled in quarantine, they continue to write and just keep music going, because it keeps your head in this wonderful musical place when the other things are happening. You also founded the Yellow Umbrella organization, right?
Yes, I did. I did. It was after cervical. I didn't realize, what caused cervical cancer, that it was caused by the human papilloma virus. And I didn't understand that there were different pap tests and HPV tests. And then eventually there became the HPV vaccine. And so I started to, have a concert just to be like, yo, ladies, have you gone to your pap smear?
Right.
Make sure if you're 30 and up that you ask for the HPV test with your pap. And then, it just spiraled from there, because I think when you're creating something out of something pure, people grab it. And so I was able to take the Yellow Umbrella tour, with the Yellow Umbrella organization around the country, doing 3 national tours with several musicians, just like what Jim does, gathering the troops together to help spread the message. And then with the invention of the HPV vaccine, and the awareness that HPV not only causes cervical cancer in women, but several cancers in women and several cancers in men. And so to think that I'm able to be a voice and an advocate for preventing cancers where we have screening and prevention with the vaccine, I feel like a badass. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I think that's a good term for you.
Right. Yeah. I love that, Christine, and I loved some of your quotes again on the Detect Together story that you put on there about saying you ended up wanting to use your story, your voice, your passion, and your music to educate and empower. And boy, that is a huge heart to be able to take that kind of things that you're going through and not only get through them, but help other people with them. Jim, you had a neat comment at the beginning about the session that Christine had with you, and what was that again? You were so unbelievably pleased with her talent.
Because it doesn't matter whether you come in cancer can rock or whatever. I just went, especially piano playing. Piano playing has got. I'm a pretty purist when I record, so I like real piano and stuff like that.
Right.
So there wasn't going to be a lot of fixing or repairing. So I'm a little. There are times, trust me, when you have to say, no, we can't do it on a real piano. We have to do it on something that we can fix.
Right.
But she just comes in and blows away, and same with vocal, I think she played it in 1 or 2 takes, sang it, just a dynamo. So that was very, very, very pleasant.
You're very kind, Jim.
Well, thank you.
I agree. After screening that, I've watched that video at least 3 or 4 times, Christine, and it's wonderful. I mean, all the videos that Jim does with these incredible people and the bands behind you and accompanying you, really? Of guys like we will see at the event on May 15th. Christine, we are honored. that you're going to play something for us. And I think it has a little to do with the session that you had. Where did this time come from?
So this was a song that had been a long time in the making, and it actually isn't directly about cancer. It's about, but it can be parallel to it, but it was actually about a breakup, and about a breakup that I kept returning to and returning to. You know how you trip into that, and it's like, you know, how many times do you have to go into the same pattern before you go, whoa, this time I got it. This time I'm not going back. This time I'm going to remember it all, and I'm going to move forward. And it all came together more recently. So I'd been marinating with it. And when Jim approached me to come and record for Cancer Can Rock, I wasn't sure what I could hear beyond the piano, because the piano is just the piano and me. And with Brian, Patrick, and Andy, and like the musicians that helped me out with the song, like the level that they took it to, you know, along with the engineering with, you know, Bryce and, you know, and Jim, your producing, it's just like, oh, I just want to give everybody a shout out because you brought this song to a whole other level. So
Thank you.
You're going to hear the pure version right now.
Yeah, we're really honored here. Jim?
No, just let's hear your stuff there, girl.
Yeah, can't wait. You guys, here's Christine Baze doing a little bit of this time.
I need a hit, I need a fix. I want to feel the part of it that makes me need it, crave it, want to do it again. And then I see it and believe it and begin to feel it creeping in under my skin. They say I shouldn't need it or believe it, 'cause I'm not seeing it so clearly. It's time. This time. It's time. This time. Just need a light so bright I can see what is right in front of me and what is right for me to be the me I want to be, when I can see it and totally feel it, really guiding me naturally. And I thought that I saw something, but it was absolutely nothing at all. It was nothing at all. So I know I gotta let you go. I know I gotta let you go. And this time I'll remember. Yeah, this time I'll remember. Because this time I'll remember. Everything and everything, everything. Because your sober line eyes took me by surprise, and my forgetful mind flew higher and higher and played with fire, and now I feel the burn from the ride. So it's time, I know, this time I gotta let you go. It's time, I know, this time I gotta let you go. 'Cause it's time, this time I know I let you. See you, bye.
You sang the echo.
I did. What did you think? I just decided to do it this morning. I was like, why not?
All right. There's a spot in there, Steve, where we echoed her voice.
Oh.
Everything.
Oh, did you? So she did it too.
So
Yeah.
I decided to sing the echo because I thought it was dope.
Did your own echo. I wish I would have known the song. I could have sung background echo for you. But
well, you could have done the first echo. I could have done the second one.
right. Yeah, we could have both jumped in. Well, you know, Christine, that was beautiful. And you know, the video that Jim did and that you guys did with Cancer Can Rock was spectacular. There is something also, of course, about you live with acoustic music and anybody, and it is so wonderful. I loved again that there's a Facebook line too that says Baze pulls you into a colorful, emotional journey that makes you stop, listen, and feel. And I stopped, I listened, and I felt through that video. It was beautiful stuff. Congratulations on your musical life.
Thank you so very much. Thank you both for this opportunity and for, you know, spreading the word and the love of music and cancer survivorship, all of it together. Rock and roll.
Gosh.
There you go.
Love your shirt. Rock. Love my t-shirts, Jim.
Love your shirt.
Exactly.
Representing.
Available at the Vineyard too on May 15th. But we'll be sure of that. But Christine Baze, thanks so much. Let's keep in touch. Keep in touch
Please
with
do.
me. And again, I'd love to get together again and hear more of your playing and stuff like that. But we will keep in close touch. And Jim Ebert, bid farewell for now to this wonderful lady.
I will. Christine, we'll talk soon. That was beautiful as usual.
Thank
And
you.
I hope-
Enjoy your gig. Oh my gosh. Steve,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're playing. That sounds like
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I hope
It-
it's a huge success, the benefit.
Thank you.
It will
Talk
be.
to you soon.
Thanks, Christine.
Bye.
Yeah, Jim Ebert, there you go again. As you say, and you've said this since the first interview of the first show we ever did, that the musical levels are what they are. It's anybody who wants to bring their own musical sense, their own musical flavor to Cancer Can Rock and fulfill their own selves and leave posterity for their families.
Right.
And when you get somebody to walk in that's pretty amazing, you can't deny as a record producer, a platinum guy, as all you've done, you can't deny, but boy, what a talent she is and what a wonderful player and singer.
Yeah, and her personality.
Oh,
It's hard to her positivity. The only problem she had coming that day was a little self-doubt.
yeah.
I was like, you can see the force that's in her, and it just letting her get past that.
That's
Just great.
well, thank you so much again. It's been, just a number of the guests I want to have on as solo guests on the show, the Dusk Whales and people, a whole slew of them. But anyway, we've got another a wonderful player, and again, the video that he did doing What's Next with you was amazing. This is Jason Bullier. Tell me a little bit about Jason that you remember, and then we'll bring him in, talk to him a little, and then we get a song from him too.
Jason's I call him a kid. He's a great.
Well, to us, you and me, most people are kids.
But I'm glad you got the way to, because I've been pronouncing his name wrong until yesterday. So I'm going to confirm this with him and make sure exactly what it is.
I still fumbled through it at the beginning and he gave it to me, but it's Bolyer, but instead of Bullier. But anyway,
Well,
yes.
It's not really correct of me to say this because of all the great songs we've done, but for some reason, just me personally, Jason's song I love. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a wonderful talent. Why don't we welcome into Living on Music right now to join Jim and I. Jason Bullier, welcome to Living on Music, man.
Well, hello. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
And this guy, what's his name again? Jim Ebert. That's right. Was with
Jim,
me here.
yes. Jim.
That's great. Jason, talk a little bit about, first of all, talk a little bit about what you've been through with your health. We'll talk a little bit about your musical life, but how are you doing? What's your current life going?
So, in 2019, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. It's supposed to be, the easy cancer, the little C. But I actually had a few reoccurrences because it spread through my lymphatic system.
Okay.
And is attacking my lymph nodes. Last test, I kind of lit up the ultrasound like a Christmas tree. But right now, we're just going to kind of watch and wait because nothing is impacting my health or my life right now.
Right.
It's just kind of there.
Well, that's great, and we will keep best thoughts and wishes obviously your way, as we always do, and you'll be in close touch with us and Jim. Hopefully, you've been playing music most of your life, I guess.
Yes.
Through grade school into college, playing a lot of brass, right?
I did. I actually got put in chorus at one point when I transferred schools late, and I didn't really like that, so I thought I would join bands to kind of make my dad angry, be
Right.
loud. What's the biggest instrument? What can I do? And yeah, I found the euphonium or the baritone, and I played that all the way as a freshman in college. I was part of the Sound of the South, and that was awesome.
Nice.
That's wonderful. And it seems like, from what I've been able to kind of assert from kind of looking into your world, is that when you got diagnosed with the thyroid cancer, everything changed. It happens to a lot of people, but the music seemed to rise back up into your soul. And now, singer-songwriter, full tilt. How did it translate into that?
I was in the Army for a little bit, and when I got out, I moved up here to Massachusetts. I was stationed down in Florida. And just trying to get on my feet, I found a really cool place to be working. I worked at a crisis center called Luck. And I worked with children at youth risk. And then I got sick. So now I was doing absolutely nothing all the time. My vocal cords only worked at 30%, but singing was easier for me because of the cadences.
Right.
So I started just playing more music. I had some friends that were there to help. Camden, my acoustic bandmate who goes out with me now, because I'm pretty much a full-time gigging musician now. It's awesome.
Now when you did Cancer Can Rock video of What's Next with Jim and his amazing team, were you in that full mode yet?
So I had only played a few up until that point. You know, I'd never really been the forefront. I played brass in the very back of the band, you know. I'd never sang in front of people. I'd done it like 1 or 2 times before I went out to Cancer Can Rock.
Right.
And then I got to meet some really incredible musicians. And yeah, it was a time. It was a time.
Well, isn't that incredible, Jim? And you've seen it many times. How, you know, the stress and the tension and the kind of trauma of going through something like this. And gosh, boy, it's everybody we almost know has had it one way or the other. I was talking about Todd earlier, and I could go on. We lost my guitarist in my 16-year band, Bob McClellan, to multiple myeloma last March. We've just gotten a new guitarist, and the band's about to come back out. But music is just this incredible thing that who knew when you went through that it would not only, it would just upload your music even higher. That must have felt incredible, though, to keep going. Where does the songwriting part of you come from?
So I actually run a page on Facebook called Surviving Through Music. That's what we pretty much always go out playing as, because it's supposed to be a community. Anybody can be a part of it. I want to hear your stories about how music made your life better. I want to know a song that saved your life. I want to know what got you through that crappy day, what makes you cry. And I have people do that all the time as I start to meet more people locally. And my songwriting comes from that. It comes from meeting the people, you know, using music to get through things, using art in general to live your life and heal.
Love you even more now, brother.
Yeah. You've got 2 incredibly compassionate guests today, and not that the others haven't been, but my gosh, what a wonderful attitude and world that is to live in, Jason. Gosh, what Jim said a few minutes ago when we were talking a little bit about you before bringing you on, he loves every song everybody does, but boy, he had a thing for your song. What was it, Jim? What was it about the song What's Next that kind of had you a little bit like, ooh?
I don't know. I think on that recording, there's a purity to his vocal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not, don't take this the wrong way, Jason. It's not like you're a super skilled vocalist. There's just something that hits you. You know what I mean? And that
I have a message and I want to share it with people.
Also, the song is just good. So, I mean, that's a nice starting point if the song is naturally just good. You went to LA with us. I'm remembering that now because I think we had a 3-day run at the Village. We were at the Village or A&M?
At the Village, yep.
Yeah, we were at the Village.
Wow.
And do you remember I remember the guitar player. Do you remember the bass player? Was it Derek?
It was Walter, Eno, we had Derek, and then we had Blair.
Yeah, and those guys, you know, play with all the heavy hitters. You know, Walter is in Survivor and Cirque du Soleil. Blair plays with Gwen, and Blair plays with a lot of people.
Right.
Alanis Morissette was one that was brought up while I was there.
So they're all I know Walter, the guitar player, who's a good friend that I made a record for a long time ago.
Oh.
And every time I go to California, he puts together just this incredible team. I mean, we pay people to come in, but we don't pay anywhere near their day rate. Wow. And they just come in out of the goodness of their heart. They don't know me. They know Walter, and Walter, you know, says you should do this. You should check it out. And do you want to do it? And they, you know, we've had amazing players.
Oh, that's incredible, you guys. We're going to hear Jason do a song that, again, he did record with the Cancer Can Rock team. Where did What's Next come from, Jason?
So What's Next is all about holding on to that moment because you never know how long you're going to have that moment. I wrote this shortly after going through all the surgeries and everything, and you know how in just a second everything can change. but we should really just focus on right now and what's happening, because tomorrow might end it all.
Jason, I have to interrupt you right now. I wrote a song called "We're Not Promised Tomorrow," and that's exactly that.
Wow.
Exactly. Anyway, I had to interject there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you may, sir, you may. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's a treat. Here's with the high fives from Living on Music and Cancer Can Rock, a little Jason Bullier.
Hello, thanks for listening. My name's Jason with Surviving Through Music, and this is What's Next. It's been so long since we got away and lost ourselves. Let's take it nice and slow and enjoy it, because tomorrow might just end it all. What's next? What's next? What do we do next? Do we dance out in the moonlight? We play out in the rain? 'Cause in this life you could only amaze. Baby, let's dance till the moonlight fades. Because if we sleep, tomorrow might creep. And baby, we are in this way too deep. When we took that stroll, I felt the moment slow. And for a second we were all alone. And everyone else disappeared. It was like nothing else I've ever felt. What's next? What do we do next? Do we dance out in the moonlight? Do we play out in the rays? 'Cause in this life we could only amaze. Baby, let's dance until the moonlight fades. And maybe this is just a phase, but please know that I just won't quit. This could be our moment in time and space. I'm hung on the way that I'm falling for you. What's next? What's next? What do we do next? Do we dance out in the moonlight? Do we play out in the rays? 'Cause in this life you could only amaze. Baby, let's dance till the moonlight fades. Falling, falling for you. Falling, falling for you. Do we dance out in the moonlight? Do we play out in the rain? 'Cause in this life you'd only amaze. Baby, let's dance till the moonlight fades. Do we dance out in the moonlight? Do we play out in the rain? 'Cause in this life you'd only amaze. Baby, let's dance till the moonlight fades.
Jason Bolyer, that was wonderful, man. That
Well,
really
thank you,
was.
thank you.
Oh, I couldn't stop just doing this for 3 minutes or 4 minutes. That is wonderful. I love the way the words cascaded to me too, since you told me a little bit about Jim. That must have brought back some fun memories from your session.
Well, good times.
Yeah, it really was. Jason, what's your shirt say?
My shirt says Funk Cancer.
Good. We needed to hear that at least once during the show, Jim. Funk Cancer. Oh, wait.
My partner Rich made those shirts.
I love that.
I absolutely love it. And I love when people see it and they do a double take and they're like,
Right.
I love your shirt.
Right. A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
Well,
and
eventually, we'll eventually do a funk show, but probably not this year. Waiting for COVID to pass.
I love that. Jason, in a nutshell, what did Cancer Can Rock do for you?
Um, I was going through a really rough time. I kind of felt like I didn't know what I was going to do. You know, my life had taken a turn. I didn't lose my job, but my health kind of took my job away. And looking forward to that opportunity, let alone actually being there and doing it. I mean, it was incredible. It made me feel like I had something to do. It gave me a little bit more drive, you know. I got to see some really incredible players, and they literally took my song while we were there, and we worked through a bunch of parts and changed some things, and it was nice. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that before in my life, and it was incredible. I can't thank everybody enough. I mean, I still watch the video almost daily. So,
Yeah,
Good.
Jim, what do you think about that? I mean, that must just kind of lighten up your heart a little bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just beautiful. I mean, you got to realize what a good soul Jason has. You can feel it when he's in the room. It's just, so to have him say that, very, very personal.
Oh, that's fantastic. Jason Bullier, I'm wishing you the best of luck, my friend. I'm going to keep in touch with Jim about how you're doing, and I want to follow your musical life. I love that you're doing it up outside of Worcester. As I said, BU grad and New Englander, and just love the fact that you guys, both you and Christine, was up in Salem. But good luck with everything. Stay healthy, stay safe, and keep playing music and keep Jim up to date. Jim, want to say hey and say bit of fond
thank
adieu.
you.
Sure, man. Love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks for being on Living on Music with us, Jason.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Sure, man. Well, Jim Ebert, again, when you and I connect about doing this show, I always say, hey, can you bring on a performer? You say, I'd love to do that. And that was your idea in the beginning. And boy, you bring on some just wonderful, sweet, compassionate human beings. Like every guest you've had, it must just, again, warm your soul to see these folks again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just finished with an artist yesterday. Did a new song for a new person from up around the same area.
Right.
Very, very good soul. Just, and he's an older guy, you know, he has no stomach. They had to remove his stomach. I'm like, how do you even function without a stomach? Anyway, it was a nice day.
Yeah. And hearing Christine and Jason talk about how much you've done for them, I mean, they weren't blowing smoke or making anything up. That's the beauty of hearing people like that talk.
It is. I mean, I don't call it flattering. I call it, I don't know what I call it.
Heartwarming, glorious.
I mean, some people may disagree with me, but I don't do this for accolades. I do it because it's enjoyable, and to watch people thrive it's great.
Well, that's why the adoration of you and this organization thrives. Look, May 15th, I can't wait for. It's about 5 weeks away. We've talked about it at the beginning. It is the Nova Music Fest, Cancer Can Rock event at 868 Estate Vineyards in Purcellville. You can get your tickets at cancercanrock.org. And actually, you should go right to 868 Vineyards, I guess, .org or .com, and they'll have this event right online. Is that the way it would work best? Yep. And again, I've emceed one event before. I'll be emceeing this, my duo with my wonderful partner, Suzanne. The Greek and the Freak will be opening up with a short set in the morning. And then Juliette Lloyd, who, by the way, is spectacular. I mean, yeah. I've interviewed Eric and Jason, and Gary's, I know Gary, but these other folks, the 19th Street Band, I've known of for a long time. Juliette is something special. Again, the fact that these people want to come on board and do an event like this, Jim, must again be another thing that just warms you up.
It does. I'm finishing Juliette's EP Friday.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. She just won. Did you see she won that song contest?
Was it the Songwriter Association or something else?
No, Bernard Ebb, it was called.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was beautiful, you know.
Yes.
Anyway.
Pretty lady and wonderful talent. And gosh.
We call it Real Deal. Real deal.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect. And Gary Smallwood, again, an unbelievable guitar player and member of, the trio with Todd and Cal, and amazing people. You have Eric Scott, 19th Street Band, Chris Timbers, Tommy Gannon, Kim Pittenger, and then Jason Massey, who I've had on Living on Music, who is a new daddy. So maybe his new little baby will be at the event. But anyway, again, it's 11:30 a.m. Greek and the Freak kicks it off, and it's going to be an amazing event. Please, if you're free that day, come and enjoy this with Cancer Can Rock and all of these musicians and all of these wonderful people. And
if you're not free, just buy tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Just buy tickets and donate. But you can also go to cancercanrock.org and donate, because this is, again, I've done 110 plus shows with Living on Music so far. We're coming up on my 2-year anniversary on April 20th. There's been nothing like this for me in my professional career. My heart's been warmed countless times, and it's been more heartwarmed than almost anything I've done than being with Jim on this show doing
Thank you.
people. Thank you, Jim, for being on Living on Music again.
We'll see you in a few months.
Well, I can't wait. And we sure will. Once again, everybody, cancercanrock.org. What's that?
And I'll see you in a few weeks.
You bet you will. And
all right.
We can't wait. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on Living on Music. And again, May 15th, the Nova Music Fest at 868 Vineyards. Go to 868estatevineyards.com or cancercanrock.org and get your tickets and get out there. We'll see you soon, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
I'll talk.
I have had over 110 guests, an incredible run. And these Cancer Can Rock shows are some of the most moving, some of the most dynamic, some of the most memorable, because of what Jim Ebert has done with Cancer Can Rock and the musicians that he has been able to find, that have been suggested to him, that he has found and brought in to do these sessions, to keep their musical life, as you heard both Christine and Jason talk about, keeps their musical brain and heart and soul going while they're going through things that are often terrifying and worrisome and very stressful. And that's what Cancer Can Rock does for people. And that's why having them on Living on Music is so special. Jim Ebert, thanks so much again for being on Living on Music. I will see you in a couple of weeks at the NOVAFEST at 868 Estate Vineyards. Once again, everybody, you can go to 868estatevineyards.com and get your tickets now for the event, May 15th from 11:30 to 7 p.m. Or you can go to cancercanrock.org as well, and they have a link there. But we'd love to have you out. I can't wait again to MC it and also play a little music at the beginning of it to kick things off. But that is, again, May 15th, the Nova Music Fest to benefit cancercanrock.org. Jim Ebert, love you, man. Hope to see you soon. Keep in close touch. Once again, everybody, if you could go to the Living on Music with Steve Houck YouTube channel. We just got our 100th subscriber, and that is a huge deal for a burgeoning YouTube channel. And so we'd love to have you join. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and share it and spread it around. It's got some wonderful episodes on Living on Music and some other things. So please join us on YouTube and also on Facebook on Living on Music with Steve Houck on Facebook. We have just hit 800 members. So things are ascending. It's really wonderful to see people grow. On Living on Music, the Facebook page is just a wonderful experience. I mean, I do posts, obviously, but there are people posting their own stuff, amazing music clips of world famous artists, kind of information, polls, amazing stuff on Living on Music. So please come and join the Living on Music Nation on Facebook. And also, Living on Music is now a podcast. You can find it on your podcast of choice. Spotify is one that a lot of people have been listening to, also on Google and Apple Podcasts, iHeart, and everything. And so please, if you go and check out the podcast of Living on Music, do a little review, even if it's 10, 15 words. Those reviews go a long way for us as we try to grow our podcasts. Once again, thanks, Jim Ebert from Cancer Can Rock, for being with me on this episode of Living on Music. And again, I'll see you in a couple of weeks at the NOVAFEST. I can't wait. Until then, everybody, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay compassionate to those you know, and even some you don't know. And always remember to keep living on music.